With less than a month to go before the August polls, political campaigning is heating up across the country. The big three are stepping up a gear with more rallies and more promises, while many of the minnows are struggling to keep it together. We start in Tshwane, where President Jacob Zuma was in the troubled area after unrest engulfed the metro a fortnight ago. He was flanked by outgoing Mayor Kgotshietso Ramakgopa and ANC's mayoral candidate Thoko Didiza. Residents welcomed the president as he promised swift action to deal with concerns around crime and drugs. Addressing a rally, he told supporters that a vote for anybody but the ANC is a waste. Well, there were mixed feelings about Zuma's visit.
The president they say they will do everything. We are happy. Viva, ANC, viva.
The roads here are bad, and many of the young people here in Kanana are unemployed. We suffer.
One road, schools, Wi-Fi, everything. Zuma is going to give us.
I think they're just here for the vote. Why all along did they not come and see what's happening in Hammanskraal?
We don't vote for Zuma, we vote for ANC.
The ANC had a harder time campaigning around Nelson Mandela Bay. The party is trying to resolve disputes there around election lists. Scuffles broke out while ANC members were campaigning in KwaZakele on Thursday. Bheki Cele was in a meeting with branch leaders at the time. The NEC member led the ANC delegation. The campaigners were chased away by a group believed to be an ANC faction, angry that its choice for ward councillor was not on the party's election list.
I was doing a door-to-door and then my things are being stolen. My office is there. I was writing something and then there were a lot of things that I had to report back. And then those guys, they took it. They didn't even pay us nothing.
Also on Thursday, the EFF returned to its birthplace with the Red Berets campaigning in and around Rustenburg. Julius Malema has vowed the party will take the Rustenburg local municipality next month. The EFF leader promised to transform the city and prove the opposition party's policies are viable. The party promises free basic services for the poor and to use municipal land for low-cost housing. Malema says the Marikana massacre is proof the ANC is not fit to govern in the area.
You can't keep on voting for people who killed one of your own. The apartheid regime was punished for that, was punished for having killed our people, for demanding their rights. And we saw the repeat of that here in Marikana. And that must be punished. And this word in 2014 was won again by the ANC. And I'm saying to them, what are you saying to the spirit of those who were fallen, killed by this ANC government?
Well, eNCA joined the controversial politician as he travelled between rallies. I asked him why some people seem to be scared of his party's policies.
I'm very happy for racists to be scared of me because I do not promote racists. I want racists to be put at their place. But any white person who loves South Africa, who wants to see all benefiting from the minerals of this country, will never be scared of Julius Malema.
Well, many have also been wondering how Malema managed to shed some kilos.
How did you lose so much weight?
Chief, you must eat healthy, you must exercise, and then quit sugar and alcohol. Because that's what I've done. You just have to, and you have to be strict on it. Don't compromise. My wife is very supportive, and she plays a very significant role in me losing this weight.
The end of the week saw the DA cry foul in Johannesburg. The Blue Machine laid a complaint with the IEC against incumbent Mayor Parks Tau. It's accusing him of abusing city funds to shamelessly advertise himself and the ANC. The complaint is based on a radio advert paid for by the city of Johannesburg, claiming that Parks Tau is a great leader.
How does the mayor use his public funds to promote himself and his administration at the expense of using these funds to promote job creation? Under Parks Tau's administration, ever since he took over, unemployment in the city has gone from bad to worse.
The opposition party had its own advertising controversy this week. The Mandela family took the DA to task for using voice recordings of the late Nelson Mandela in online video campaigns.
We are on perfectly sound basis, and if anybody has an objection to it, we will see them in court.
Perfectly sound basis legally, but politically? I mean, here you are using the voice of an icon of the ANC, which ANC you are opposing, to actually push your agenda.
Well, I think Nelson Mandela is an icon of all South Africans, not just of the ANC.
The National Freedom Party seems to be in complete disarray after the Electoral Court ruled that it has no legal basis to challenge its exclusion from the municipal ballot. The NFP vowed to take the matter to the Constitutional Court. But come Friday, the party was still not in a position to approach the court. It now says it plans to lodge papers next week.
The president is saying the party must be calm, members should be calm. We are taking the matter further to the Constitutional Court with the hope that the Constitutional Court will consider the needs for the members to participate in the 3rd August election.
South Africa should expect increased police visibility in the run-up to the August elections. That's the message from Acting Police Commissioner Khomotso Pahlane. With electoral violence escalating, Pahlane says hotspots are being categorized from high, medium to low risk, and police will act accordingly.
We are now in the pre-election mode. We will go into the election phase between the 1st and the 3rd, and post-election, which means even beyond the elections, whether it is policing the process of counting, the announcement of the results, and going forward, we will continue to execute our policy mandate.
And finally, the SACP has protested at 2 broadcasters in the past few days. The Communist Party picketed outside the SABC for much of the week. It's calling for an end to political games at the national broadcaster and for free and fair election coverage. The Reds then arrived at eNCA's front door, protesting against the lack of transformation and the channel's weekly poll, which they described as nothing more than a tool for regime change.
This can undermine the good work of the IEC. They're taking the functions of the IEC, but also it can undermine the good electoral system we have in our country, because people can understand these polls as final, as being closer to the truth, and not just as mere polls.
eNCA accepted a memorandum of demands from the SACP, but will not stop using the Ipsos poll as part of the channel's election coverage.
The important thing is that it's not a prediction. It's simply taking the temperature on that day. So it's telling you, on that day, this is how people are thinking about their vote. And I think one must be careful to say that's all it is. It gives you an indication of trends. You can't, and certainly not at this stage, you can't predict the outcome.
For eNCA, I'm Nicolaas Bauer, and that was our election wrap for the week.